Okay, so we're back for episode 2.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Game of Podcasts. What an episode.
It was good.
Crazy.
I was a little disappointed. I still haven't seen Littlefinger. That's who I identify the most with in this series. I was really bummed we still haven't seen him. But other than that, pretty good, yeah. I mean, the way you guys are, wanting to see Jon Snow again, that's me with Littlefinger.
No kidding.
So-
I identify best with Daenerys, my piercing eyes and my big breasts and white hair.
You've got wonderful nipples. I will
Thank
give you that.
Thank you.
I haven't seen hers in so long, though it's hard to compare.
And you won't. Like, in not on this
she's
show.
refused, right?
Yeah, she's...
That's the problem. These shows get so big and the actresses carry so much sway that, I'm not going to show my titties anymore.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how she said it, too.
Is that how
she
she
walked?
said
She walked
titties?
up to the writers and was like, listen up, fellas. I'm queen shit now. I'm not showing my titties anymore. They were
Titties.
like, damn, I would tell her no, but the way she presented that, how do you say no to that?
But Melisandre's still showing her titties. She's old as fuck.
She's like 400 years old.
I'm telling you, her cleavage was looking a lot better this episode. That was for sure.
What a big episode we had.
Jeez,
man.
I know.
Huge.
What are we
And
talking about first?
Well, let me start off by saying this, because the guy wasn't mean. On our other podcast, we had kind of our first really mean comment. Other than that, it's usually been pretty
Man,
nice.
be lucky you are not the Matt from the podcasting dead, because you'd be tattered. You'd be so upset right now.
There's so many names to keep up with. How can you really?
Oh, yeah. Well, but on this one, we did mispronounce it. I know it's Brienne of Tarth, but you got to remember, we do these at the end of the day. I've worked all day. Other people have worked at certain times. I know you guys work different schedules, but it's like, and like now I'm sick. So, I feel like shit. I don't think I'm sick, but I just haven't slept. So, we're going to mispronounce some shit, but this isn't meant to be like the Talking Dead is to, we're just regular guys that enjoy talking about this show, and we hope that you'll join in the conversation. Homeboy wasn't mean. I don't mind correcting.
This was my biggest thing with doing this podcast. Fantasy geeks are the worst kind of geeks because they are so goddamn pretentious and self-righteous. These books might as well be like scripture or the Quran or something. I mean, they do not take that kind of stuff.
Now.
Oh, I mean, I'm not dissing Muslims. I'm just saying that, these fantasy geeks they're wild, man. They're too much. It's
they do take their shows very, very seriously.
And to be fair, I'm trying to do my research. I'm trying to.
too,
I think we're all trying to do our research, right?
We're
all
a
trying to learn.
pronunciation guide here. I mean, I've been watching it for all the seasons, but I mean, just some names. I mean, this ain't The Walking Dead where it's like Rick. Daryl, like names you see every day. I mean, when's the last time you looked at someone and said, Daenerys, someone needs you to shut the hell up? Or
Exactly.
Theon, Greyjoy, I'm going to need you to shut up.
And I'm a comic book geek, but if you say Michonne instead of Michonne, I'm not going to, start wagging my finger.
Right. Well, so, all right. Well, of course, let's just start at the end, and then we'll go back to the beginning. I mean, how can we not? I really hate that I have to say this, because people will comment and be like, you should give a spoiler alert warning. Well, it says on there, season 6, episode 2, so you should not click on this if you haven't watched
seen it. Yeah.
You shouldn't even be on the internet, quite frankly.
But spoiler alert, he's alive.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Well, his eyes are open.
Yeah,
He's alive.
He's
from the neck
breathing.
up.
He's breathing.
Yeah.
That much is true.
They weren't blue. We know he's not a White Walker.
But is it for better or worse? You guys all remember
I think
Khal
it's for
Drogo when they brought him back to life? Did I say that right? Khal Drogo?
Khal Drogo, yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
Carl.
He was
Carl down the street.
Yeah. But he might as well have been a vegetable
Conquering
when they brought
tribes
him
and
back
shit.
to life, which he didn't really die, though, did he? He was on the brink of death.
Who?
Khal Drogo.
Yeah. Well, she made the witch. The
Count
witch.
Drago.
Well, the witch screwed her over, though. She went in there and told her she was going to bring him
Yeah,
back.
that was
and the witch did that on
intentional,
purpose.
And then Count Chocula comes back and everything's ruined.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jon Snow's alive. I think he's back as a regular. Like, I don't think that he's, I know he's not going to be a White Walker because he's going to be I'm still leaning on, like, you saw how, I guess we won't really necessarily go in order here. We're just talking about the show, but how Tyrion, those dragons, we've seen them just look at people and roast them. And it's almost like instinctively they were weary, but they knew, like.
Yeah. Well, he claimed that they were intelligent beings, maybe smarter than humans, according to some maesters.
I feel like he has Targaryen blood in him, and they can sense that.
Yeah. See, now that all the ships are burned, all the fleet is gone.
Yeah.
This is one of my predictions. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Hear it.
But I think we're going to see Tyrion ride a dragon.
How awesome would that
dude.
be?
Yeah. He's got to get away somehow,
Yeah, very true. I definitely couldn't see the eunuch. I love the joke, too. I would drink a lot if I didn't have a cock.
Oh, man.
It's like, With no offense.
I know he's in a
Damn,
room
Tyrion
full
back
of
at it again with the dick jokes.
That's what Grey Worm should have said. I mean,
I love that he's just like, well, it's just what we do. I make eunuch jokes, and he makes dwarf jokes. He's like, I do not make dwarf. He's like, what are you thinking about? I mean, he's just like, well, anyway, right back to the conversation. I love the dynamic between them two.
Yeah, they're like old bros.
You should look it up. There's interesting theories. I can't. Again, I don't feel good, so forgive my speech. But interesting theories. God bless it. That
you got it.
That the eunuch might actually be like a sea monster. At one point, Tyrion tells him straight up. He's like, I mean, nobody knows where he comes from. Mm-hmm. Nobody. I mean, we know a little bit about his backstory. Some hateful guy chopped off his boy. But
yeah,
I remember that origin, man. But I can't.
But he tells Tyrion. Tyrion said something about having him thrown out into the middle of the sea, and he's like, "You can do that if you want. I don't think you'd like the results." It was on crack.com. I don't know if you've ever read.
You think he's like a sea monkey? You drop him in water and he grows to incredible sizes?
No, I mean, it very well couldn't be, but it is interesting. I mean, that's what this whole podcast is about.
I'm going to do some research on that.
It's on crack.com. Just search Game of Thrones.
Nice.
You'll find it. It's like top 10 fan theories or top 5, whatever the number. But great episode. I mean, it's like, that's the thing about this compared to The Walking Dead. You're like, okay, this happened. Let's discuss it. With this, you're like, starting at story 1 of 7, so we now have seen Bran back.
Yes, he's back.
Boy, he is older, isn't he? I thought it was a whole different actor at
But
first.
He wasn't in last season at all, right?
Yeah.
He sat out the entire season.
He's got the old Carl from Walking Dead syndrome.
Yeah.
We saw him go back in time.
See a young Eddard Stark and his brother and his sister.
Lyanna.
Yeah, his sister.
The first time that we've seen her in the series so far.
AKA Jon Snow's mother.
Yes.
This is all about fan theories and stuff, so if you don't want to hear those, you might not, we're talking everything Game of Thrones here. You watched the episode. We don't need to guide you through what happened. We're talking theories and thoughts here. But I love this show. I told him, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but really, man, watching Fear the Walking Dead, and then I watched this episode this morning, avoiding Facebook entirely. I saw one little article when I went to post something on our work Facebook, and it was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But, I mean, it's just a story writing.
Oh, night and day, man.
It's such a good story. And it's like our other Matt said, he's gunning for you.
Is he now?
He said, he was like, well, that's the difference. So these guys they're movie writers. They write movies, and then, they have a much bigger budget. So, and it is played out like a really long movie, whereas The Walking Dead is kind of like, all right, I'm not down in The Walking Dead. We podcast about it.
We do.
We just got done, in fact. But, it's just not in the same league.
Can we talk about Hodor?
Dude, I felt so bad for him.
Willis, I was waiting for him to say, what you talking about, Willis? I wanted to hear it so bad. It was just like, Hodor.
He's just a barn boy. What you talking about, Willis?
But he was talking, though. So, apparently something happened to him, that just made him catatonic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy, too, because if you look it up, the guy that plays Hodor is like a DJ and super, super talented,
wow.
3 or 4 different things. He's actually really, really and it's like you would think on the show, which I understand it's the character, but it's like, man, I mean, you could give him so many more lines, but obviously it's the character.
Just a big old galoot. That's all they were looking for.
But he's very talented. He's a DJ. You could just see Hodor. But at some point in the club, he's had to have one hands in the air playing some techno music and go. It drops. Boom. Hodor. And the rave starts. That's had to have happened at one point.
Yes.
I'm telling you, when Brant was talking to him, being like, Willis, and what happened, and his Hodors were a lot more heartfelt. Like he was comprehending what he was saying.
It's like Pikachu when shit got real on Pokemon. He wasn't just always like Pikachu. He was like Pikachu. Pikachu, did you kill that guy? Pikachu. Hodor, what happened? Hodor. But I feel you. He definitely looked like it struck some kind of emotion.
There's still something in there.
What if Hodor is the name of somebody who did something horrible to his
so it's like
family?
A clue, and he's just trying to tell everyone this clue.
The great thing about the show is they do a lot of foreshadowing. I mean, everything I've read has said, if you like foreshadowing and subtle hints that you might miss the first time around, the show does it. They've got a lot. I mean, this very well could be leading up to someone named Hodor. What if it was like a dragon or something and its name was Hodor?
That would be a great dragon name.
But I mean, they've been dead for a long time.
We know that he's afraid of thunder.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a correlation with that.
Speaking of thunder, a brother's back, and now Theon's old man is no more.
And Theon's on his way home? Shit's gonna get real up in Castle Grayskull. Where are they? Where are they living? I can't. The Iron Islands. Yeah.
Is that where he was headed back? He's
going back to Yara and Balon. At at the Iron Islands or whatever.
Yeah. He said he was going home.
Gray
I'm
Skull.
assuming I mean, I knew it was something like
It's
that.
just a lot to remember, man. Hopefully, people listening to this understand. We're just striking conversation about the show. We're not claiming to be experts.
We're
gonna
having fun.
It's a lot of shit on this show that you have to remember, man.
exactly.
So I mean, it's going to get mixed up. Pay us, and we'll research it a lot more. If Matt doesn't have to play music for a living anymore, and I don't have to do the radio thing for a living anymore,
that'd be,
we could spend a lot more time researching.
I'm still going to work at the grocery store because I do that for me more so than that's for me.
He's just passionate about produce, right?
Yeah, I like giving back.
you should have heard him on one of our old podcasts. Oh, he's passionate about produce.
Yeah.
He don't play with produce, or people trying to screw over and get fresh produce when they don't deserve it.
Oh, geez.
Or vanilla extract, one of the two. Anyways,
That's a whole nother podcast.
Right. So Theon's uncle is back and has thrown, Lord Greyjoy off the freaking bridge.
All I could think was like what Short Round being like, he's not nuts crazy. He's not nuts, lady. He's crazy. I messed that up in the middle, but you get the meaning.
We learned that you do not.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's what I was talking about.
You do not make fun of the queen's naked body or make accusations of her wanting
you do
your
not.
wiener. The Mountain is listening, and he's right behind you when you piss.
Yeah.
He basically did the standing up version of a curb stop.
Yeah. He's
Wall smash, maybe?
He's so freaky looking, man. I want to see him without his mask. It looks like he choked on something and just never came back. His face is like blue.
It was my second watching. I realized that dude, you could hear him pissing on the armor a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he turned around and straight up pissed on
That
you.
might have been why he did it. The Mountain could just be a nice guy. Like, hey, listen, my good sir, I would appreciate it if you didn't. Are you pissing on me? Mother, bam!
I can be reasonable.
I could have been a nice guy, but you went there when you pissed on me. So,
jeez.
yeah. So we saw the Mountain, definitely in service to Cersei. It's pretty cool, actually. It just reminds me of like a video game, like a boss, and this guy follows him around.
And the Kingsguard are afraid of him, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were all just like...
They were so relieved.
when he walked away, like, thank God.
I would have been too.
The Mountain himself is terrifying. An undead mountain, not good. Not good. We got a little bit, Arya seems to be progressing a little bit. As far as she won't be getting smacked around with a stick.
Yeah.
She kind of passed the test a little bit there.
Yeah.
That had to be hard, too. It's like, the girl says her name, you'll get to go home tonight.
And when I was first watching it, I was like, where is he going with this? Because he's like, a man will feed her tonight. If a man will give her eyes back, a man will, put a roof over her head.
And going back on last podcast, I couldn't pronounce her. I think her name's Macy. I mean, it's just such a simple name. But again, this is like the end of the day. So I'm like, Massey? Missy?
Maisie.
I'm so sure somebody's like, it's Macy, you dumbass. I apologize. It's been a rough week or two.
So Matt, you think this guy's really more like just a creepy pedophile dude?
And they'll never
more so
catch him
than
because he changes faces.
He's like the perfect pedophile.
He's not a master assassin. He's just trying to get some young coos.
Jamie Lannister definitely, it's showing the High Sparrow that shit's going to go down at some point.
Yeah.
Like, he's not playing this. Nobody messes with his sister.
And the High Sparrow isn't fucking around either because all those people just come out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And this is so weird because, really, we should be rooting for the High Sparrow. I mean, he's like for the people. He's holding down the people. He's like, you and your aristocrats.
Except
we got the numbers. You got the guns, but we got the numbers, baby.
I could go for him, but he abuses religion. Is one of those examples of the dangers of unregulated or organized religion in the sense of not offending anyone.
It seems like he's more concerned. Like even though he has this front of I'm in fear. I'm so faithful to my Lord or whatever. But it seems like he's using it more to gain power.
Oh, I think so. I don't think that he.
I think that line where he was talking about individually, we might not be able to do anything. We don't have anything, but together we can topple an empire.
If Jamie had that right hand, you'd be dead.
Yeah,
and all those other guys too.
No, yeah.
That just speaks to how awesome the show is. I mean, a few seasons ago, you would have hated Jamie Lannister. You would have hoped those monk guys would have, sliced and diced him.
Absolutely.
But and now, he's the guy you're rooting for.
We got to see a little bit of Sansa. She's hanging out with Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah.
I know it's Tarth, not Tar. It's Game of Thrones, and you're weird. Just like Peter, not Peter Greyjoy, Peter Baelish. His name is spelt completely different. It's like Pety or something. It's like I would have been like Petter Baelish. But we got to see a little bit of Sansa and Brienne of Tarth.
They're doing well.
I really like Brienne. I hope.
Yeah, and Brienne is so classy. She even let Sansa off the hook a little bit. She's like, it was a hard choice. I don't blame you. That.
I laughed on Facebook last week because Peter, if you don't follow, Peter Dinklage on Facebook, you're missing out because he's constantly posting Game of Thrones memes. Hilarious. And he posted one where it was like Brienne of Tarth is in a sacred vow with Sansa Stark. Like on Facebook with a relationship status. Brienne of Tarth is in a sacred oath with Sansa Stark.
Huh.
But so we got to see a little bit of that. It really did a lot of bouncing around tonight.
Yeah,
you've got daddy issues coming from Winterfell.
Old Roose the Goose Bolton.
Oh, jeez.
He is such a douche. Like he said with Jaime. I mean, a while back you probably didn't like Jaime. He's this ancestral bad guy that had a part in getting Ned Stark taken out, and it's like you hate him, but now you like him, and I don't feel like that time's ever coming.
I mean, he tried to murder a little kid. Brant was climbing that wall, saw him banging his sister, and he straight up pushes him out of a window.
Oh, yeah.
Or off the wall. Oh, golly. And now I love him. I can't get enough.
Ramsay Snow does not play.
Oh, Ramsay.
Well, he's Bolton now. He's been
Bolton,
legitimized.
Bolton.
Oh, man, that was a tough scene, and that's the thing. Like everybody's, The Walking Dead don't have the balls to have a pregnant woman get beat to death by a baseball bat. It's like Game of Thrones would do that. I mean, we just watched a woman get eaten alive. We didn't see it, but a woman got eaten alive while holding a newborn baby.
Feeding
Who was his
bitches
brother?
to babies all day long.
He's truly come out if nothing else, it solidified the fact that he's a psychopath.
Oh,
I think this act really does that. I mean, he stabs his dad. He gives him one in the belly.
Yeah.
And then feeds his mother and his brother.
Yeah.
Which I was really hoping they would say his name was Michael, because that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Michael
and
Bolton.
who among us wouldn't want to feed him to the dogs? Lord have mercy.
Oh, man. So, it's really cool how the obvious war is coming between, A Song of Fire and Ice, between the dragons and their forces versus the White Walkers. It's really cool seeing, it's so many players in this war. You've got Bran, a handicapped kid with the ability to, maybe at one point he'll take control of a dragon and just dominate,
And he's kind of taking us back to the past, and we're seeing how we're going to possibly see how some of these things connect in the future.
Right. Yeah, I thought the flashback was really cool to see a young Ned Stark. Because, still one of the most devastating moments of my life when they killed Ned Stark. You're oh, no, who's going to save him? And then it's just like, whack. Oh, well, obviously he's coming back. And then season 2, there's his head on a spike. And you're like, okay.
And man, Brant's wildling companion, the chick sitting out there in the snow, she even looked a little different. Did you guys think so? Her cheekbones weren't as pronounced as the last time we saw her.
Huh.
Put on a little weight, maybe? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. I have to go back and look.
Mira, her role is going to be protecting Bran as he travels out into the wild.
They don't say it that much. Can you give me the name pronunciation of the leader of the wildlings now?
It's let me see here.
I could say it, but I probably won't pronounce it right.
Tormund.
They just hadn't, some of these names they don't say that often. It's different if they were to say it every time they addressed them. And some of them they'll say their name, and a couple of episodes later you haven't heard their name again. So it's. But I really like him as the leader of the wildlings. He's just his look is perfect for that role. He just looks so freaking intense, man, and intimidating. And I'm really glad to see him come back in defense of Jon Snow.
Yeah, exactly. Especially after all that they've been through together.
Yeah.
At first, him
hating
him. Yeah.
Wanting him dead.
Would never trust him, and then now all of a sudden he's coming to his aid.
Yeah, like we said, the episode last season where they were having the White Walker battles, just the moment when you sit back and go, this is why I love this show.
Yeah.
They can go episodes without much action, you still love it, but when the action does happen, holy hell, it's freaking worth it. Daenerys, we don't know what's going on with her.
No, she's absent as of right now.
Yeah, she's apparently getting a phone call. Is that her calling you now to tell us where she's been?
Yeah. She said she's at that home for all the old Call widows, and she's having a great time. There's a lovely spa. They do a nice brunch. She says she's perfectly happy. She'll leave politics to the politicians.
Marjorie, we don't know where she is. We know where she is, but we haven't seen her as far as I guess.
I think they're breaking her. I think they're breaking her, yeah.
Well, she's
so
lasted
pure
a whole lot
and
longer
gorgeous,
than,
and I love her. She's my favorite chick on the show as far as I just find her gorgeous. There's lots of gorgeous ladies on this show, no doubt. But something about Marjorie is just I'd make you my queen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. She's all about pleasing her man. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Give you the best 14 seconds of your life, Marjorie. I'm telling you.
Ooh, I'd give her the best 14 inches of her life. Because my penis is really big. Oh, boy. I got the buzzer. That was for me, Matt. That wasn't for you.
We still haven't seen Sam yet. I'm anxious to... Well, he might just come back and everything's cool. It's what's up, John? You look a little pale.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the brothers? Let's have a beer. Sit down. So these bastards killed me, and I got brought back by the Lord of Light, and I kind of killed them or imprisoned them, and what you been up to, Sam? No, just being a maester.
Yeah. Maester
Just learn
school's
some
going
stuff.
well,
Just
yeah.
maester stuff. Let's see. I'm really liking. I'm probably going to say his name wrong, but Davos, is that how you say his name?
Sir Davos.
Davos.
Yeah.
I like him, man. I love how he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not much of a fighter, so I apologize for what you're about to see.
Yeah.
Basically, me getting my ass kicked.
Yeah.
But he was willing to do it for a good cause.
And man, the fact that now he's talking up Melisandre, whereas
Yeah.
they've been at
They've never liked each other. I mean, they've always been at odds.
They've always been at odds, exactly.
But he really does believe that she has the capability to perform miracles.
Oh, yeah. He just thinks maybe her vision's maybe a little bit off. But she
Yeah.
did say she saw Jon Snow in the fire originally, at some point, right? Not originally, but she was telling Stannis
The victory in the fire. That's
Yeah.
what she. So everything that she thought that she was
it's going
doing.
to be them destroying the White Walkers with dragons.
Yeah, and you also remember. I mean, like two of her. She performed two miracles essentially because Jon Snow is at least breathing,
Right.
and Balon is dead.
True.
She threw his leech into the fire.
Yeah.
If you remember back.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's two things, and she doesn't even realize that either one of them happened yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's getting. It's like Christmas morning for people that have light. The Lord of Light magic. See him come around the corner naked and be like, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Melisandre. I'd kill if he said that. You know nothing, Melisandre.
When Sir Davos was just like, forget about the Lord of Light. I'm not asking him for help. I'm asking you for help.
Yeah.
You've got the
Your necklace.
power. Forget about this Lord of Light nonsense.
Keep your damn necklace on, though, woman.
Yeah, that
I
much
ain't
is
trying
for
to see
sure.
all that. I'm sure someone. We were joking with my sister and her boyfriend. My sister doesn't watch the show, and she walked in last episode right when she took her amulet off, and the granny boobies that hung to her waist. My sister was like, "What the hell are you watching?" I said, "But ask yourself though, if your boyfriend was into granny porn and he was giving it to old ladies behind your back, would you be mad at him, or would you just be more happy that the old ladies were able to get themselves, a little action?
Yeah.
Of all the nude scenes in Game of Thrones, for her to walk into,
That was
it
my
had
least
to be that one. That had to be the one.
She's like
scene
standing
she
in front of
walked
a
on.
prison mirror, just like stripping down.
Tommen Baratheon now enlisting the help of his mother as far as guidance. I think he realizes he
Yeah.
kind of let her down. He's still the king. It might be a decree, but it's still people that would have killed these sparrows
Yeah.
for him or whatever. I know the High Sparrow, his followers called
But
the sparrows.
he's still a boy, Like
Yeah.
he's being really hard on himself, and of course, I mean, he did do nothing to,
Right.
to
Oh,
try
nothing.
to save her, but he was scared, and so he comes to her for guidance and help make me strong.
Whereas Joffrey was scared too. He just had people pushing him. Like what was it, the battle at Blackwater Bay or whatever. I mean, he didn't even want to go out there, and they basically made him like if you're what was it? Tyrion told him if your soldiers see you out there, see their king, they'll fight harder. Whereas if you're just hid away somewhere, they're going to be like, well, what the hell?
Darn old Joffrey straight up to threatened to kill his mama, though. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
Joffrey
did.
didn't play. I am
No.
so glad he's gone. Like good actor. I mean, he seems like a awesome guy. Does a lot of charity work in
He
real
was
life.
in
but-
Batman Begins.
Really?
Yeah.
What's sad is I have to say that because people can't separate fiction. A while back on The Walking Dead, I really wanted Carl to be the next one to die. It's like season 3 or 4 when he was being really
man.
mean to Rick after all Rick had done to try to figure him.
Been gunning
I
for him
understand
for a
he's
while.
a kid. I understand he's a kid. Yada yada. Don't mean I gotta like him. But I post on Facebook, hey, Walking Dead creators, if you're looking for the next big character to kill off, I vote Carl. Some girl comments and is like, I met Chandler Riggs at Comic-Con, and he was an extremely nice human being, and I just can't believe you'd say that. I said, I did not say, let's go out, find Chandler Riggs, and string him up here. I said, Carl, Chandler Riggs is a good actor. I like him as a person. He seems really cool. I just don't like Carl, just like Joffrey.
You want to put that boy out of work, take the food out of his
Hey,
mouth.
you're the one that made the first big prediction. He's Negan's victim.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
No,
just
I
kind of
stand with
following
that.
your path on
No, I
that. 'cause
stand
it's
with
pretty
that.
good. But, so I mean, it's crazy how much this bounces around. So we've got Tommen kind of going to his mom, knowing that his mom has the drive to make the hard choices and to kill who needs to be killed. Or like if he were trapped in there, she'd have burned the place to the ground.
Oh yeah, she would have
One
done
thing I'll give
anything
her, she
necessary.
loves her children. That's she might be a teetotal bitch and have all kinds of issues, but she does love her children.
I've got to say, I don't think that's one character they can make me love, no matter how many times I
Cersei?
see her bosoms. No.
Really?
No, Cersei, no. No, her chickens finally came home to roost, and I, for one, was happy to see it.
So do you like Jaime Lannister?
Yeah, I
You like her
him.
brother?
Yeah.
There was a meme I saw where it was two twins cuddling in the womb, and it was like, and that, kids, is how I met your mother. And it was like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, and let's see. So like I said, we don't see where Daenerys, I'm trying to think if there's anything we left out. Obviously, Ramsay, now Bolton, is is a straight up psychopath. I mean, there's no like, oh, he's just a psychopath.
And he's heading for Castle Black. Mm-hmm. And
Jon Snow's going to come back to life in time with the wildlings, and that's going to be the
Tarth
end.
at his side. That is going to be one hell of a team up. Brienne of Tarth,
Sansa and Brienne and all them. They're headed there.
It's going down at Castle Black.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And they said the same thing I said the other week. I was like, Castle Black, I'm not saying that. Jon Snow's badass. He's a good fighter. But, usually you send like your rejects up there. It's like the people that just screwed up in society to guard, the seven
essentially
kingdoms.
Criminals, yeah.
Right. And it's like, so at the same time, who thought that was a good idea to have a bunch of very poorly trained men guarding all 7 of the kingdoms? You know what I mean? It's like when you send like your Eddard Starks out there and the people if some shit comes through that gate are going to absolutely whoop ass, not a bunch of Sams, though I love Sam. I mean,
I guess it's a combination of the two, though, like the rejects and the volunteers.
Yeah,
but can we talk about the giant though?
Dude,
can we please talk about
that? Was a sick kill when he just grabs homeboy from under the guardrail and then kind of tosses him like anybody else. Really,
it's like if I flicked a toothpick at you, that arrow he shot in his shoulder.
Yeah, if anybody could just live on this show, I want the giant to live.
Oh yeah,
and
awesome.
The last time we had seen the giant was right after that battle on the other side of the wall where he's just walking into the sea. You remember with all the feathers on him?
Oh yeah.
I really wasn't even sure if he survived that, but he survived.
Yeah, that's right. He had all the White Walkers on him,
and they were biting on him and stuff. I was like, is this like zombie rules? If you get bitten, are you infected?
I think they have to kill you outside the wall, or at the wall at least, because they want to burn Jon Snow's body for being at the wall.
I did a little research on the giant because I wanted to know his name.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so basically, he goes by 1-1.
Sweet name, easy to remember.
Apparently,
I can pronounce that one.
Apparently, the giants or whatever, their language skills are not that great. So every word is one syllable. So like his full name is
Hodor.
One Weg, one Dar, one. And like that's pretty much his name.
Hodor, Hodor. They get along great. Hodor, 1-1.
Maybe Hodor was like the littlest
1.
giant, and they expelled him from their society. He's big to us, but
you're only 9 feet
they're pretty
tall.
much extinct because 2 other giants have died already.
Yeah,
supposedly.
they died in the Battle of the Wall. Pretty awesome. That was a good fight scene too. The Battle of Black. They do some really good epic battles.
I'm telling you though. Let me tell you, the White Walkers are on the other side of that wall, laughing at them right now. The Boltons are getting ready to come, and they're going to kill a bunch of people.
I would just love it if the Boltons tried to just went into White Walker territory, and we never. I don't care. We don't get to see that battle. I would just be cool with seeing a bunch of White Walkers rip Ramsay to pieces. I mean, this guy's a piece of shit, and we want him to go.
Yeah, he's so sinister, and like it just. I can't help but think of Gordon Ramsay. I'm sorry. Like every time I hear his name, it's just so crazy. But like, and especially, like I kind of want them to like charge Castle Black with when a man loves a woman playing loudly.
Oh boy,
you know nothing.
Like these are the way that I remember these names by associating them with outside.
Like they're trying to crumble the walls with like a really big karaoke machine. When a man, the walls can't take it. That would be freaking great. Please,
you saved the day, Michael Bolton.
I haven't seen you since you did your bit with the Lonely Island.
I would fall on my own sword if that happened. I mean, just right there.
Do you own a sword?
I would find
I'd
one.
fall on my own fork.
I would.
God damn it!
I'd impale myself real quick. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm kind of indifferent.
You like Michael Bolton?
No, but just to see Michael Bolton's
I thought you were sticking up for
music
Michael
blaring
Bolton.
the walls.
I was getting ready to say, I'm getting ready to trash the studio.
What is this dark magic I'm hearing? And slightly beautiful vocals. But I hate him.
Oh, boy.
Or it only plays as you're going up the elevator on the wall.
When they're all just sitting there kind of like ready, still. When a man. He's like in the background singing while they're all just staring straight ahead with their weapons down. When a man. Come on, boys. When a man.
They get to the top or the bottom of
He's the
wherever
first
they're
one
going.
to die. When a man. All right, Ramsay, peace out. Which the way the show goes, I mean, I don't think they're afraid to do that. Have a big character just go.
No.
No, he's going to get his. Ramsay's definitely going to get his.
I would love for Theon to be the one to do it. Theon's still an asshole.
That would be a nice
but you kind of feel bad for him. I mean, he did. I mean, by all means, we should hate him.
He's yet another eunuch on the show.
Well, he's a traitor as well.
A big traitor. I mean, he's he swing things in a certain direction.
And I think part of the thing that we were supposed to take away from the conversation that he has with Sansa is the fact that what he did was not for redemption. It was because he loved her.
Right.
He considered her family. He wanted to help her. He wanted to save her.
He just got to sit down on her and Ramsay making little, Ramsay love. And he was like, man, I'm trying to Trying to join that. I mean, even though I guess he could just like grind against it.
Yeah, that's all he can do at this
I
point.
used to do it like this because he used to have like was known to have a massive schlong, right?
Yeah, he was known for being a real cocksmith. But you're right.
Beyond Woodjoy.
He told Sansa when she was like, he'll forgive you with your oath. He was like, I'm not looking for forgiveness.
Yeah, he didn't do it for redemption, and I think that that makes up for some of the shitty things he's done in the past.
Where's Bronn, man? I want to see Bronn. We haven't seen him since last season, right? He hasn't been on the first 2 episodes, right?
I haven't seen him.
Tyrion's old,
Yeah, we haven't
buddy,
seen
old
I
pal.
wonder what he's up to.
I felt like he felt bad for not helping Tyrion, but at the same time, I mean, he's all about that money.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like Kenny Rogers, you got no one to fold him, no one to hold him.
Justin, if you
better
had a
count your
combat
money.
guy trial and I had to take on the wall, man, I would not be taking that guy on. Sorry.
No, Bronn is freaking awesome, and now we said it briefly earlier, but we've got a new Greyjoy on the scene. He is
Crazy
the Storm.
Greyjoy.
Yeah, that
All
would be
the Greyjoys be crazy. Be cray. Look at him.
Now do we say his name Euron?
Euron?
Euron. I there.
Urine?
All right, so we're just gonna call him Euron. So those who think we're mispronouncing, we're not, and we just are calling him Euron for right now.
So he's a real pisser.
Right there you go.
That's for sure.
I was glad to see his brother go though.
Yeah,
Guy's just a piece of crap.
yeah. Balin, he got what he got what was coming.
It's cool though. I read the backstory on why he resents Theon so much. It's just like when he sees him, it reminds him of defeat. It's like that's the son that got taken by the enemy, and
That's what he told his daughter. I lost 3 sons, 2 died, and 1 had to give away.
Yeah, that's right. He did say that this episode. So I mean,
he
it's
sure did.
Are we forgetting anything now? I'm trying.
While we're on the subject of Greyjoys, just a little fun fact.
Oh boy,
Yara, his daughter, Theon's sister.
Theon was grinding up on. Anyway, that's way back.
That's not actually her name in the books.
Oh, what's
Do
that?
tell.
Her name in the books is Asha, Asha,
Huh.
and they changed it because it was too similar to Osha, the wildling woman.
Oh,
Or is that how you pronounce her name, Osha?
I thought you were
Safety
going to say,
standards.
yeah.
It's like, sir, I see you guys are about to battle, but I'm going to need you to tighten that harness if you're going to scale that wall, right? That's not going to work. God, I'm going to have to write you up. Come here. Who do I write this to? Castle Black? $20,000. But, the thing, here's a cool fact, too, on the Greyjoys while we're on there. In real life, the guy's name is Alfie Allen. His sister is Lily Allen. And she was actually offered the role of his sister on the show, but it obviously turned it down because who wants their brother filling up on him?
Yeah,
That's
true.
pretty much why.
That would be creepy.
And I think she had other stuff to do, but that was a big, it had a lot to do. She's like, no, said something about, he has to fill her up and stuff. So I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But
no, she's definitely salty. She's not, his brother now is going to be taking over.
I just hope they don't pull a Walking Dead in the next episode. It don't have to be all about Jon Snow. I love all the other storylines too, but I mean, don't do what you did with Daenerys. Don't go the entire episode and not at least show us him walk up to the people that thought he was still dead. You can at least end the episode so I know it's on the way.
They're really building for we're kind of like in the fast track to this big, huge, grand finale. Mm-hmm. How far away it is, we don't know. We know there's going to be at least one more season. But they're fast tracking this thing big time.
And they've passed the books, right? So it's like they can kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that, the author, or George R.R. Martin, has say-so in it or is guiding them, but I mean, they can kind of just go, their own direction, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it means maybe we won't be seeing as many boobies and more wieners. Just depends.
Maybe probably a lot more
less
violence.
Wieners. Probably more violence.
More dragons.
Why not violence with wieners?
What?
I mean, there's 2 kinds of sword fights. That's all I'm saying.
What was it you said? You would have loved to have seen The Walking Dead on HBO with no restrictions.
Yeah, I've
Nick
said that many
Negan,
times.
Just dropping an F-bomb every other word.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting over to that, but I had thought about that with HBO. It's like, that is cool how, there's really no restrictions.
It's a beautiful thing.
They fed a baby to dogs.
Yeah. It don't get much worse than that. And oh, Lord, in our studio, we're getting an EAS report, meaning there's a bad thunderstorm coming through.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I was to say winter is coming.
Urine is at it again.
I am the storm. Weather is coming for the last 6 seasons. But yeah, I think we hit most of the stuff. I'm sure that the Uber fanatics are going to go through and be like, you left out this and that. But I mean, I think we covered a lot of main points.
Yeah.
Is there anything I'm thinking we're kind of podcasting here, guy. We just got to talk. We're not letting him have a good time.
Why not? Yeah.
Shut up. But
But yeah, feel free to call us out, though, listeners. I mean, for goodness
Call
sake.
JP out.
Yeah,
Matt
call
and I just
me
want
out.
to talk about the
Yeah.
show. Call JP likes the.
I want to see that comment board filling up.
Just keep the likes coming and subscribe. You know, we're new to we podcast about The Walking Dead, which is just a way easier show. So subscribe to this. Bear with us. You know, we do love the show. We've all watched it. You know, from the first
You know,
season.
it's a learning process for us too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm doing my research. I'm going and like, finding out who these people are. I actually started reading the books last week.
Are they good? I mean,
I started the first one, and it's good so far.
just pretty much like mirrors the show, right?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah.
I had read that the first book was pretty close to the first season, and then it kind of, you know.
But it's fantastic. I love it.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to next week. We'll see Jon Snow's interaction with those at the wall.
We'd better anyway.
We might hear some Michael Bolton. OSHA may show up and save the day.
Yeah.
Ramsey's going to be like, oh, damn it.
Knights, have
Guys,
your
come on,
visors
guys.
down. Protect those eyes. You can walk on a wooden leg. You can't see out of a glass eye.
I hate these guys. So, you know, who knows? But I enjoyed it. Good podcast, at least in my own opinion. Completely unprofessional opinion.
Feels good to me.
I'm Justin.
Did we?
Oh,
Rate
no, we
this
didn't
thing?
rate.
We didn't
I'm
rate
a
it.
terrible host. I always forget that. What do we? I'm going to rate this just off of enjoyment. I'm going to give it like an 8. 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
I give it a solid 9.
9. Okay.
I did stars with our last podcast, so I'd say 98 degrees out of 100. Like the thermometer, it's almost like at the very top.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
basically
The
a
mercury
9.8.
is right.
That's a
Yeah.
good solid A.
Yeah. Like I said, I just was trying, because usually when you give it a high score, they're like, oh, you're simple-minded, you're terrible for this because you just throw out high scores. It's like, this is a kick-ass episode.
It really was.
You know, it's good. We learned a lot. Well, I'm Justin.
I'm Matt.
And I'm JP.
Bye.
So long.
Au revoir.